Hello, it's Friday. Welcome to Calm in the Center of the Storm. I'm Marcia Grace, your Calm Creativity Connector. And I want to tell you, as I always do, that there is a way to view your feelings and your experiences differently so that you can discover the solutions to the problems that you may be having in your business, in your personal life, especially now in the face of all the uncertainty that we have going on in all around us. And yet, it's possible. We can do this. We can find the calm by shifting from the outward to the inward, from what's happening out there to my own experience, to my own inner wisdom. Now, more than ever, it is essential that you take care of yourself. And you do this by getting in touch with what causes you to suffer. It's not easy to do that, right? To confront our suffering and say, I see you suffering, but when you do it, wow, you have taken control of your life back. And so you can learn to do that and relinquish the pain. You know, there's no simple way around. There is a simple, but it's not easy. I understand that. And yet when you do it, you're a new person. So that will help you to take care of your business, take care of your personal concerns in a much more loving and peaceful way. My expertise, of course, is teaching, for one thing, my morning routine, which helps us learn how to do that. So today, though, we are multifaceted beings, as I say many, many times. We're body, mind, and spirit. And maybe you don't think too much about your spirit, and yet by not doing that, you are denying yourself an incredible power that you can tap into. So for the next 4 weeks, we started last week and we're going to continue for the next 4 weeks, leading up to Thanksgiving and the holidays and all the stuff that goes on. And I guess this year will be even more interesting to see what goes on. We're going to focus on stimulating your spirit, okay? So today, I want to specifically talk about, last week I talked about the reasons why you want to do that, but this week we're going to talk about how to increase your faith in yourself, okay? Because by stimulating your spirit, that's what's going to happen. You're going to be able to appreciate who you are for yourself. So, you remember when you were young, you were a little kid, and you had no trouble trusting yourself, right? I mean, you didn't think about, am I doing this right as you're swinging along on the swing and jumping off and doing whatever. You didn't think about, am I doing my best? Is anybody noticing, what I'm doing? Should I do it better? Are they saying I didn't do it enough? We don't. When we're kids, we don't think about that. And as sadly though, as we get older, we start to be concerned about what other people think, especially in the teenage years, right? When there's all these cliques and you wanna be with the cool people, and so you start to give up your own creativity, your own inner promptings in favor of what other people think. So that's part of the problem, why we don't trust ourselves as we get older. So it's no surprise if you're struggling to trust yourself these days, because that's what's happened. We've given up on our own integrity to have our own answers, to find our own solutions to our problems. So this is the kind of thing I want to talk about very briefly today, because this is an ongoing process to develop the ability to appreciate ourselves. We have to really go back. It's kind of like a return to a more pure state of our awareness, where we can become the observer of ourselves and see, what is it that I'm doing that's preventing me from appreciating me for myself and all my expertise that I have. So I'm going to just mention a few things that we can do to create this experience. And just think about them, okay? It's not, again, this is not overnight, like instant, well, just, dial this phone number and you'll have instant answers, or, do this thing and you're going to be, totally changed. No, it doesn't work that way. So it's a process of getting in touch with yourself. So the first thing, to increase faith in yourself, which is what we're talking about, you want to bring your awareness to your thoughts and your feelings, not just your actions, because we tend to push down our feelings about things, especially if people have something to say about it or they disagree. we may just negate what we're actually feeling. And this is where we can really lose traction in approving of ourselves, because if you're not willing to look at the way you feel about things, you can't be honest with yourself. And if you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to appreciate what it is you're feeling and thinking. So this is really crucial. It's not difficult to do, but because we're so outer directed, we really don't even think of doing it. So this is a little reminder that says, notice your feelings. Notice what you're thinking when you are out and about and doing things, and what makes you uncomfortable. So especially what makes you uncomfortable, when you feel uncomfortable, to be aware of what you're feeling and look at it and honor it and say, I see you. I see that right now this thing that's going on or that I'm thinking is making me uncomfortable. And I'd like to know why. I'd like to know more about that. And ask yourself, not somebody out there. Don't ask anybody else. Ask yourself with a capital S, self, because that's your spirit. And it will tell you, but you have to be listening, of course. And that's part of what I teach, is how to learn how to listen to our inner wisdom. Okay, the second thing, when you doubt yourself, okay, now again, we doubt ourselves all the time because we've forgotten how to trust that inner voice. And so when that happens, when you doubt yourself, you want to slow down. Just slow down and try to connect with the emotions that you're feeling. As we just said, you want to get in touch. Are you feeling, even when you're feeling extremely happy, it's a good thing to notice that happiness, because when you can sort of become the observer of either the happiness, the disappointment, the anger, the frustration, whatever it is you're feeling, when you're able to become an observer of it, you're able to learn how to shift from that experience to a calm center more easily. You have to be able to observe it in yourself, okay? Because when we're in the midst of it, we don't separate ourselves from it, and we're not able to become, we can't really notice it without judgment. And so that's what we want to do. We want to observe without judgment. Okay, so that's the second thing. When you doubt yourself, slow down and just notice your thoughts and feelings, okay? All right, third thing is give your opinions, the same respect that you give other people's opinions. All right, because that's, again, we tend to be so interested in what other people think and believe and feel, and we forget to take our own opinions seriously. We forget to say, hey, I know what I'm talking about. You know, I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is just as valid as anybody else's opinion. And why not pay attention to that? Okay, because that opens up your awareness to other levels of yourself. If you're not even willing to give your own opinion a chance in lieu of somebody else's opinion, how can you really know yourself or what you're capable of? Right? You're not really going to be able to expand and grow from that. So very important, okay? Give your opinions the same respect you give other people's opinions. All right, another one. Reassure yourself that when it comes to you, to yourself, you're the expert, okay? Other people can, they can make suggestions, they can offer you their opinions, they can say whatever they want to say, right? Everybody's entitled, as we, as we hopefully allow other people to state what they state. We want to be able to know that we can state what we state too, because I'm the expert when it comes to me. Now, it may not seem like we are because, again, if you're so busy, out there looking at what other people are thinking and feeling, or what they believe about you, you're not going to give yourself a chance to get to know you. So this is part of the process. That's why I say it's not an instant overnight thing that happens. It's something that you develop because you see the benefit. You understand the benefit of being able to get in touch with yourself and say, oh, wow, I didn't know I really was interested in that particular thing. Or, wow, look at that, I could do this, and you get new ideas for your business. You get new ideas for, how you can perceive people, especially those in your family who maybe you have some preconceived notions about that could use a tweaking or two to bring some peace into the situation. So let you be your expert, okay? Not somebody else, all right? And the last thing I want to mention before we get on to the next part of the time we spend together, which is our breath work and meditation, and that is to sit down in a quiet moment where you're not going to be disturbed and write a list of all your positive attributes, your traits, your qualities, whatever it is about that you know about yourself that you can applaud and celebrate. And I mean celebrate them. I mean really be able to write down, say, I am a good writer. Yes, I am. And I applaud that. I know that I do a good job when I do it, and I'm very proud of myself. And you can be proud of yourself. There's nothing, if we were taught as a little kid, as I was, that was bragging, you shouldn't brag about yourself, right? That's, especially women, we as women are often taught not to brag, right? Our male counterparts are out there telling everybody in the world how wonderful they are, and that's okay, but but we're not supposed to do that because we're ladies, right? Can that, just throw that out. That's an old belief. You want to get rid of that one, and you want to celebrate your wisdom, your abilities, your characteristics that have made you the successful person that you are. All right? So, okay, those are some of the things that you can do to increase your faith in yourself, to nurture your self-confidence and worthiness, because it's just, it's what's going to happen when you stimulate your spirit. Okay. All right. Any comments, any thoughts? I'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed what I was just saying, please give me a like. Share it with someone that you think would benefit from it. And make comments, please, by all means. And now, as we always do, if you can hang around for this, it would be great. I'm going to light the candle, my trusty candle here. It's getting shorter and shorter each week. We've been doing this for a lot of weeks. Okay, I'm going to light the candle. And we are going to do work. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes as you're doing your breath work, that's great. Otherwise, you can use the candle. Many people feel much more centered and focused if they stare at the flame. And again, that's whatever works for you works for me. So good. So our breath work today is very simple. We're just going to keep it really, really simple. And I always start off with a blowing out, or getting rid of. Oh, hi, Michael. Hi. Of getting rid of the breath that you have in your lower lungs. Okay, because this is a workout for your lungs. When we do breath work, it's not the shallow breathing that we do during the day, which is right here. We just kind of tend to breathe down to here. But when we do conscious breathing, we really are imagining that breath flowing all the way down right to the pit of our belly. So, and the same thing when you exhale, you want to exhale everything out. So you want to really push that belly in so that all the lungs get squeezed and all the air comes out, right? Okay, so that's the first thing we do, is that we blow out all the air. And then we're going to breathe in, and I'm just going to say, breathe out your ego, which is the part of you that's not always your best friend, that really is kind of scared and nervous and defensive. But you want to breathe in your spirit. Okay, so we're going to breathe in spirit, breathe out ego. Breathe in spirit, breathe out ego. Breathe in spirit, breathe out ego. One more. Breathe in spirit, my fullness, my completeness, my wholeness, my beauty and perfection. And breathe out all that junk, that fear, that doubt, that pain, that suffering. Let it go. All right, so now bring the body to stillness. And just let yourself feel what that felt like, getting all that nice breath, all that nice oxygen into your system. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. If not, you can look at the candle. And I want you to just take note of how you're feeling in your body. If you need to do any little stretch or anything just to stay and be comfortable and feel relaxed. You need to move any part of your body to stretch it a little bit. Sometimes we need to roll the shoulders or lift the chin, rotate the head, whatever it is, just to get some of those kinks out. And then, as we relax for a few minutes now, we are giving ourselves this beautiful time to stimulate our spirit, to discover the great beauty and wisdom that we have right within us, that we take with us everywhere we go. And so, as you relax into this moment, you're letting the past go, you're not worried about the future, we're in this moment. And I want you to envision yourself on a beautiful, warm summer day, walking down a North Shore beach. That's the one that has lots of pebbles and rocks to explore. And you're walking down the beach, and you're feeling the breeze, a very gentle breeze on your skin as it comes off the water. And you can see the little ripples of the gentle waves as they lap in toward the shore. And perhaps you see the sunlight glinting on the water. And it's a very beautiful, peaceful moment as you stroll along the water's edge. And you begin to notice the stones that you see laying on the ground as you pass by. And they begin to catch your notice. Certain ones, it may be the color, it may be the shape, it may be some interesting aspect of the stone. And so you stop and you bend down to pick a rock up. So just bend down, pick up a pretty rock, whichever one it is. There may be many there, but there's this particular one that appeals to you. And you pick it up and you hold it in your hand. So now feel it in your hand. Is it heavy? Did you pick up a big rock? Or is it very small? So feel the size of it. And now as you look at it and as you feel it in your hand, is it smooth? Is it rough? How does it feel? And notice the color. Is it a solid color? Is it dark? Is it light? Does it have some shiny little pieces of mica in it? What does it look like? Notice every little bit of the shape and the size of it, the color. And as you're holding this rock, think to yourself, or ask yourself this question: what about this rock attracted me? What is it that appeals to me about this rock? And when you can gather up what that is, you can appreciate that this rock is kind of a representation of who you are as an individual. There's not another rock here that looks just like this one. And there are beautiful things to appreciate about this particular stone. You may want to keep this rock and take it home as a reminder of your unique expertise and wisdom. Or if you're inclined to toss it back into the water or down on the beach, whatever it is that you want to do with this rock, go right ahead. And now turn and walk back toward the direction you were coming from, smiling to yourself and appreciating these couple of minutes that you've had to be with yourself, to just enjoy the moment, to enjoy the surroundings, to enjoy and appreciate your right to have peace and joy in your life. And now, let's take one more slow, deep breath in. And as you release this breath, if your eyes are closed, you can let them come open. And we're back. So do you still have your rock? I know I have one. I meant to bring it and show it to you, but I actually really enjoy holding my rock and feeling it. In the summer it's cool, and in the winter it's warm. It's a very strange thing how the rock sort of gives me what I need when I need it. And so I have my rock, and if you haven't got one now, well, maybe you want to take a walk to the beach if you can and find one for yourself. So maybe that will be a nice weekend project to go find a rock. All right. So I hope you enjoyed our time together. Have a beautiful weekend and week ahead. And as I always say, please remember, everything begins with a thought. So keep those thoughts light. Bye-bye until next time.